Joseline Hernandez, we got an update on her, right? Some footage from the courtroom has been released. As you guys know, she caught 2 extra felonies and had to be brought in for court. She did technically get booked, but she's already right back out, and she was released on her own recognizance. I think that's how you say it. But anyway, let me play the little clip here. Shout out to Word on the Web YouTube channel. Fair use, fair use. Fair use, fair use, fair use. And let's go.
2, battering a law enforcement officer, both of these are add charges. And count 3, battering a law enforcement officer, any argument that's a probable cause.
No, Your Honor.
All right, court finds probable cause on charges 2 and 3. Turn to the state of Florida for bond recommendation and/or recommendation. I'm going to release her on her own reconnaissance by agreement of the parties on 2 and 3. She'll be released on her own reconnaissance by agreement.
She looked real humble in court, though, don't she? Like, I ain't even trying to be funny. Joseline know when to act up and when not to act up. She looks real put together, real calm. Even though I felt like in her head, she like, I'm gonna break the whole neck, raggedy ass hoe. I'm gonna fuck these bitches up. Soon as I get up out this motherfucker, I'm gonna fuck these hoes up. I see it all over her face. I do appreciate her having a black attorney though, because she does have a big black coochie.
Of the parties, all previous special terms and conditions that were ordered on June 13, 2023 will remain in full force and effect. But she got to go into custody because it's an unfiled for a felony. They got a book on it.
The previous time we were here was for the felony.
These 2 add charges, 2 and 3, 2 new felonies. They got a book on it. At least that's what I'm being told by the sheriff's office. In order for her to be served with the papers, because she has been add charged on 2 felonies, they have to book her on those felonies. They got to take.
They have to book her. They have to take her in. So what the attorney was trying to prevent was them having to put Joseline in cuffs, actually take her in the back to the basement and actually book her, take her through the whole booking process, which if you've been to jail, you know how that goes. And then even though she'll be right back out and released once again, her attorney was trying to like circumvent her having to be put back in them shackles. But it is what it is. She caught 2 extra felonies. Like they can't just let that slide.
Take her prints just as they would any other felony to make sure that she's not able to come back, or a clever lawyer like yourself, very wise, can't come back and say my client was never booked on those charges. You understand what I'm saying? She'll be RR, should be a quick turnaround, but they do have to take into custody, man. You understand that? Now, all previous, she's remanded in custody of the Broward Sheriff's Office to be served with this case of support. She is released on her own reconnaissance.
All right, that's it. That's it. So she's already back out now. I mean, she got out pretty quick or whatever, but they did have to put her in the cuffs. They did have to book her. They did have to, put her through it. But at the end of the day, I see people saying in the chat, do I think she would do real jail time? I think the majority of these charges are going to actually be dropped. I think 1 or 2 of them may stick, but I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I think we're at a point now where the courts are really factoring in your social media behavior when it comes to sentencing. And so if she continues to go online and, say like, I'm gonna Mortal Kombat your ass and I'm gonna get you whole and this, that, and then the third, like she may actually do some time. If she keeps it cool and keeps it cute, she may be okay and she may just be put on probation. But I don't know. But them felony charges she got, but I don't know how Florida courts are typically. I don't know if they really make you do that time or if they're more lenient. Like in Illinois, I've definitely seen them be pretty lenient, but I don't know how Florida courts are, and I'm honestly not trying to find out. Her attorney, of course, will be able to argue that anything we've seen on a reality show with cameras, that she's simply acting, she's following the script, she's doing her job. Because if you don't think that they don't show that shit in court, oh, they do. They play all that. When a lot of your favorite YouTubers have been in court, they have literally had to sit there and watch every single video that they've made. So it ain't, you know, once it's out in the public, it's out in the public, it's up for consumption when your ass go to court. But I think she'll be okay as long as she keeps it chill and keeps it cute online. And hopefully don't get arrested again in between time. Hopefully. I think she'll get some type of time. Sunrise, Florida got. Oh, they don't play. See, I didn't know that. Florida. Oh, y'all, everybody's saying Florida don't play. Oh, Florida isn't mine at all. Then she also battered. Yeah, she did. But see, they didn't charge her with the battery against the police officers at first. But then they added a couple more charges afterwards, which they have the right to do. And then you have to keep in mind, she did get a domestic violence charge because she threw that cell phone at Ballistic. That was who she threw the cell phone at. When you hit your partner that you live with, that is domestic violence, period. But she gonna really need to chill out. Y'all think Stevie gonna try to fight for Bonnie Bella since these charges came up? I think he gonna give her hell. I ain't gonna hold you. If she does actual time, he's definitely going to. I mean, who else is gonna have custody? Ballistic ain't gonna have custody. So we gonna hope for the best. Very few people are worth fighting. Absolutely. And that's what I wanted to speak to real quick. And then I'm gonna take out questions and comments. I said this on the Neighborhood Talks comment page or whatever. Not to be funny, not to try to dig at her, because I like Joseline. So this wasn't no dig. But this is just real. Especially my generation, you know, we grew up on the Housewives and the Love and Hip Hops and all these dating shows and all these reality shows that have heavily influenced pop culture as well as real life. And people my age literally think they can go around and fight and assault people and that they just not gonna go to jail. Or that like it's not illegal to lay your hands on somebody because we're so used to just seeing people fight and have these huge melees with no legal consequences. But in real life, and this is why I'm not fighting nobody, period, unless God forbid I have to defend myself. This is why in real life, ain't nobody really worth fighting. Ain't nobody worth catching no assault charge, no battery charge. If somebody needs to tell these teenagers and kids and young adults that if you kill somebody in the midst of a fight, that's murder. Typically, you get that reduced to like manslaughter, but you're looking at what does manslaughter typically carry to go to prison? Ain't that like 20 plus years, depending on what degree of manslaughter? Like, you will really mess up your life all over what? To fight somebody? Because you're trying to prove something because they disrespected you? Like, a lot of us, especially in my age range, need to learn proper conflict resolution. Need to up their emotional intelligence. Need to think before they speak and think before they react and then think again. People keep, you know, these people think fighting is normal. No, that's hood shit. You can do it in the hood, but it's not worth it. How old is Bond? Oh, I want to say maybe 6 or 7. If she admits she has a substance problem, they may send her to rehab. And I would definitely come at it if I was her attorney with that angle. They said manslaughter to 25 years. Exactly. It's not a game. We also live in different times where people are not just scrapping no more, right? We also live in times where, you know, everything is recorded. And so now, you know, if you take an ass whooping, now it's on camera, now it's on social media, now you're like embarrassed to a whole nother level. At least back in the day, the only people that saw you get your ass whooped was the people that saw you get your ass whooped. And let me tell y'all something. There's a difference between losing a fight or somebody getting the best of you and you're like, yeah, they got the best of you, but you stood in there, you hung in there, and getting your ass whooped. Those are two different things. So for somebody to get their ass whooped and it's on social media and they're embarrassed and it's out there forever, motherfuckers are coming back and shooting and killing over that. You got these stand your ground states where once you're getting the best of someone, they can legally pull out a gun and just end your shit. And was any of that worth it? I'm just like, I know I'm being over dramatic and y'all might be like, Stormin ain't that serious and ain't nothing but a fight and this and that. But like, somebody got to tell these young people that. Somebody got to tell these teenagers and kids that too. Like, it's not a game out here. The good old days are just y'all squaring up, circle form, and then it's over, and you move on. Like them days are done. People got switchblades. People got bricks in their backpack, guns, all kinds of shit. So it's serious. I don't know. Maybe I'm being over dramatic, but it's just like, is anybody gonna tell these kids that? Like, you could really get your
it's a storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.